Before you go back to your ex, listen to this.
Welcome to Debere's Corner. We are so glad to have you back. Relax, grab your favorite drink, and let's get started.
Can I ask you an honest question? That ex you are thinking of going back to, the one you left because they weren't treating you right, are you sure you are going back because you love them? Or you are going back because you haven't seen what you believe is a better option? Tell yourself the truth. You know you can lie to everybody, but you cannot lie to yourself. Tell yourself the truth. Are you going back to them because you love them? You are going back because you feel you haven't seen a better option. Which one is? Okay. I believe by now you know the answer. Let's continue. Think about it. After a breakup, the silence becomes so loud that we start confusing loneliness with love. Nobody is calling, nobody is texting, life feels unfamiliar. Then suddenly, the person you walked away from becomes the only one, the only person still checking in. And your mind starts playing tricks on you. Maybe I overreacted, maybe I expected so much, maybe they weren't that bad. Maybe I should give them another chance. Just maybe everywhere. Well, let me tell you something. Time has a funny way of softening painful memories while making the good one feel bigger than they really were. You don't remember the sleepless nights, you don't remember constantly crying, you don't remember how anxious you were each time you call their phone and they don't speak. That's what time does to you. Time make you forget, like time erases bad memories from you. That's how nostalgia works. It edits out the pain and plays the highlights. Instead, you remember the vacations, the jokes, the good morning, the I love you. If you really want to know whether you should go back to your texts. Not to text him, not to text her, but to read them. Read those conversations without sentiments. Read them as though they belong to your brother, your sister, your best friend, your daughter, depending on the situation. Just read it without sentiments. Read it without sentiments. Read it as though it belonged to another person, not you. Then, after reading it, then you ask yourself, would you advise them to stay or will you beg them to leave? Will you beg them to leave or will you advise them to stay? I'll tell you something that happened to me. There was someone I almost went back to. Not because he had changed, not because our problem had disappeared, but because I felt like we've invested so much time together. So, why leave now? And I kept thinking, I kept asking myself, we've come too far. We've come too far to throw away everything we've built. So, one day, I was looking for a word on WhatsApp and accidentally, I came across our conversations. So, like I was tempted to know what actually happened in this relationship. Like, let me know. I was tempted to read, I was tempted to read because this is someone I kept asking myself, what did this guy do to me? So when I stumbled upon the message, I was actually looking for a link. I was looking for a link on WhatsApp. Like I had a project I was working on and there was someone sent a link to me that I used in learning. So I needed to do one thing in Power BI. So I was looking for the link. Like I typed Power BI. That was how I stumbled upon our message. So I was tempted to read. I began reading. As I was reading, I was seeing messages upon messages. excuses upon excuses, like this is that were never fulfilled. Conversations where like I was explaining why I deserve basic respect. Disrespect upon disrespect. No, I don't want to be like it's not actually disrespectful, but you know that moment when like someone does something and you try to talk about it. Like you are trying to tell this person, this is what you did to me. And the person is shifting the blame. Like the person is going back to maybe what you did before and trying to use it to defend him or herself. By the time I finished reading, I literally knelt down. Like I literally knelt down and thanked God I had left. Like I saw things I really ignored. Like things on a normal day that I won't ignore. And then I called it love. Like me, I called it love then. That was when like I had to kneel down. I knelt down and I started thanking God for leaving the relationship. Because I was like, did I really ignore all this? Like glaring red flags and I ignored them. Did I actually ignore all this? Shifting blames, like you keep shifting. This a guy that never goes wrong. And while in the relationship, I did not notice it though. I felt everything was love. I felt this person is actually looking out for me. I felt he's acting out of like you're trying to give reasons, but going through it and seeing you shifting your blame to me and trying to make me apologize for something I did not do. I was like, wait, Chidebere, you of all people, you ignored this, you saw this, you ignored all these red flags. I knelt down. I raised my hands and I started praising God. I'm not joking. I knelt down and I began to praise God. I began thanking God for making me leave the relationship because distance had made me forget what reality looked like. Anyways, enough about me. Let's continue. And that's what happens to many people. The longer you are away from a toxic relationship, the easier it becomes to remember the person instead of the pattern. But listen carefully. Missing someone is not proof that they were good to you. Feeling lonely is not proof you made the wrong decision. And being single is not an emergency. Rara, it's not an emergency at all, at all. It is not an emergency. Being single is not an emergency. One of the biggest mistakes people make is believing that because they have invested years in a relationship, therefore, they have to stay and keep investing. No. Okay, let's see it this way. Let's assume you've been driving in the wrong direction for 3 hours. Will you keep driving because you've spent 3 hours? Or will you turn back? Would you keep driving because you've spent 3 hours? Or will you turn back to find the right route? You have to turn around. The truth is that the time wasn't wasted on the drive, but it taught you something. So don't let the years you've invested with someone make you sacrifice the years you already have. Because here is the truth. It's far better to cry over a breakup than to spend years trapped in a marriage that you know you shouldn't have entered. Breakup hurts. It sure does. But you see, a divorce can affect your finances, your peace, your children, your mental health, and years of your life. So, never let the fear of starting over make you settle for something that you know that was already breaking you. And if you are still unsure, ask yourself this final question. Am I missing who they really were? Or am I missing the future that I hoped there would become? Because those are two different things. Because sometimes the greatest act of self love isn't giving someone another chance, but giving yourself permission to finally move forward. So if you followed us up until this point, please do well to like, share, comment, and subscribe. If not, you might not see us again. So, see you in my next episode. Bye.